This is the perfect timing we're waiting for. The Shiba Inu devs just dropped a crazy leak. A massive secret has just been revealed. Trillions of Shiba Inu are on the move. The 1 cent dream is looking closer than you think. What is happening? And what on earth am I even talking about? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Something big has just dropped today, and no one saw it coming. The Shiba Inu dev team just shook the entire community with a massive surprise. It's not just a small update or teaser. This is something that could completely change the game for Shiba Inu. They've hinted at what's coming next, and it's big enough that it could push the price to a whole new level. Maybe even delete a few zeros, or who knows? Maybe even bring us one step closer to that dream of hitting a full cent. But here's the wild part. It doesn't stop there. On top of this huge reveal, something even more insane just happened today. Trillions, and yes, trillions of Shiba Inu tokens have just been recorded moving across the network. That kind of activity doesn't happen for no reason. It's usually a strong signal that something massive is brewing. Whether it's accumulation, big buys, or strategic positioning, this is the kind of movement that sends shockwaves through the market. Now you might be thinking, okay, this sounds exciting, but has any of this actually affected the chart yet? Well, one analyst broke it down, and here's what's really happening right now. Shiba Inu did see a dip recently, about 15% down from its July peak. But let's be honest, that's not just Shiba Inu. The whole altcoin market has been feeling the heat. Even giants like Ethereum, Bitcoin have taken a step back. It's part of a broader cooldown, most likely from traders taking profits after the explosive run we saw in June. But here's the part that gives us serious hope. Despite the dip, Shiba Inu has found solid ground. It's now holding steady at a key support level that has historically been super reliable. And technical patterns are starting to line up in a bullish way. One of them is known as the cup and handle, a strong signal that a big breakout could be coming. If that pattern plays out, we could be looking at a move that's around 60% higher than where we are now. And that's not all. There's also a double bottom pattern forming. And that's another classic setup that hints at a reversal to the upside. The price target from that could take us back to the same highs we saw earlier this year. That would be a massive win for holders who stayed patient. Of course, nothing moves in a straight line. If for some reason we slip below a key level of support, that bullish setup could get a little shaky. But for now, all eyes are on whether Shiba Inu can keep holding strong, especially while the rest of the market is still trying to find direction. So with this huge announcement from the dev team, combined with the trillions in movement and bullish chart setups, it's hard not to feel excited. Shiba Inu isn't just sitting around anymore, things are heating up, and this could be the calm before a major rally. So what just happened? Well, something really interesting just came out, and it's catching fire in the Shiba Inu community. A Shiba Inu affiliated account on X called SHIBAINU, which often drops updates straight from the dev team, just made a post that got everyone talking. They decided to speak directly to the Shiba Inu army about one of Shibarium's core tokens, Bone. And what they revealed? It's not just a joke, it's not just a meme. Bone apparently has a secret, and it's a big one. In their post, Shibazens laid it all out. They reminded everyone that Bone isn't just floating around in the ecosystem for fun. It actually plays a huge role in how Shibarium works. Bone powers the entire Shibarium Layer 2 network. It's the gas, it's the governance through the DAO, and most importantly, it has a hand in helping to burn Shiba Inu itself. Yeah, you heard that right. Bone helps burn Shiba Inu. Here's how it works. Every time someone makes a transaction on Shibarium, they pay gas fees using Bone. Now a portion of those fees are set aside. Once enough has been collected, those Bone tokens are automatically converted into Shiba Inu and then sent straight into dead wallets, never to be touched again. That means every single transaction is slowly shrinking the Shiba Inu supply. On top of that, anyone can go on the official Shiba Inu website right now and burn their own Shiba Inu manually using the public burn portal. It's all part of the vision to make Shiba Inu more scarce, more valuable, and more powerful. Now think about what that really means long term. As more people use Shibarium, more Bone is spent. The more Bone is used, the more Shiba Inu gets burned. And with every burn, the supply goes down. Lower supply, rising demand, and boom, that's how we get serious upward pressure on the price. That's how we start closing the gap between today's value and that legendary 1 cent dream the community has been holding on to. And we can actually see the hype building right now. In just the last 24 hours, whales moved an absolutely jaw-dropping amount. Over 615 trillion Shiba Inu tokens. That's not a typo. These massive holders just made their biggest move in a month. And that kind of activity doesn't happen without a reason. According to market analyst Furzy, this sudden spike in whale action is a classic setup. It often happens right before the market starts shaking things up. When the big players start shifting trillions, it usually means something major is on the horizon. What does this mean? It could be renewed interest, serious accumulation, or a smart repositioning play. Either way, it's a strong signal. Whales don't move for fun. They move for opportunity. And the timing? Pretty perfect. Shiba Inu has just broken out of a long stretch of sideways movement. After months of being stuck in consolidation, it's now testing a critical level that often acts as the dividing line between a flat market and a full-on breakout. Furzy pointed out that momentum is strong, and even the RSI, a key technical indicator, is flashing bullish signals. But that's not all. Another respected crypto analyst, Javon Marks, recently highlighted something even more exciting. He spotted a huge inverse head and shoulders pattern forming, one of the most powerful bullish patterns in crypto. And right now, Shiba Inu is sitting in the final phase of that setup, the last shoulder. If it plays out the way it should, this could launch the price into a massive rally, potentially over 4 times higher from where we are now. Marks also connected this pattern to another breakout target, suggesting that this could be the very move that starts a 5 times run-up. That's not just wishful thinking. It's based on the chart, the structure, and the momentum we're already seeing. So the signs are clear. From massive whale movement, to breakouts from long-term patterns, to technical indicators lining up. It's all showing that Shiba Inu is gaining serious strength. Right now, we're not just seeing potential. We're seeing action, momentum, and a possible setup for one of the biggest moves in months. Shiba Inu is no longer in waiting mode. It's gearing up. And even looking at the long term, Shiba Inu still looks solid, especially now that the whales are officially back in the game. Just recently, Shiba Inu experienced one of the wildest on-chain shifts we've seen in a long time. And this wasn't because of a meme, a trending hashtag, or a sudden retail pump. This was serious, calculated movement, and it came from the big players. On July 23rd, net flows into large Shiba Inu wallets exploded. We're talking a jump from just under 20 billion tokens the day before, all the way up to a mind-blowing over 4 trillion in just 24 hours. That's a spike of more than 25,000%. Let that sink in. This isn't the kind of movement that happens every day. When you see that level of inflow into whale wallets, it's a massive signal that something is brewing behind the scenes. Whether it's smart money positioning for a major run, inside confidence about the project's next move, or accumulation before a breakout, this kind of spike usually comes right before big things unfold. And here's why this is so important for the long-term vision, especially that 1-cent dream. Massive whale accumulation doesn't just show confidence, it tightens the circulating supply. When billions, or in this case, trillions of tokens are locked up by whales, it leaves less available in the market. Combine that with Shiba Inu's consistent burn mechanism through Bone, Shibarium, and the public burn portal, and what you get is a shrinking supply paired with rising interest. That's the magic formula. Low supply, high demand. So while price might take its time to build up, these movements are laying the foundation. The dev team is active. The community is holding strong. And now, the whales are quietly loading up in the background. That's the kind of behind-the-scenes action that often lights the fuse for the next explosive move. This isn't hype. It's what serious accumulation looks like, and it could be one of the key pieces that helps Shiba Inu take another big step toward that 1-cent milestone. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Shiba Inu update might make you lose money, so don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.